Welcome back. You might remember that in June of 2024, we talked about Warmachine. You probably don't remember that. Why would you remember that? That was a long time ago, nearly a full year. But we did, and that was because Steam-Forged Games got Warmachine, and they have moved into doing the production, the distribution, all of that stuff. It was quite a big deal for Warmachine as an IP, as it had been struggling for a bit, and that's the last we mentioned of it. We didn't really talk about Warmachine again, except they have drawn my attention, because as you know, if there's a way to my heart, it's weird little freaks. It's weird little freaks, it's creepy little dudes, or it's big lads with some girth. And if you've got something to show me that is a mixture of weird little dudes, creepy little guys, and big dudes with some girth, that is just going to make me interested. That's going to make me want to investigate, especially when it has something of a touch of the weirder side of Necromunda about it. And so, when I realised that there was a Warmachine area on MyMiniFactory where you could just get STLs for Warmachine, I may have made a rash decision and joined the tribe for that. But in my defence, I've got stuff I need 3D print. I'm currently testing something out, which will be in a video very soon. And also, look at these guys. How can you expect me not to be interested in these absolute lunatics? We have the bases covered. We've got creeps, we've got freaks, we've got girth. That is what I like to see. Now, there'll be those of you who'll be seeing these for the first time, just like I was, and you'll be thinking to yourself, I think there's something a bit familiar about these. And to be fair, for me at least, there is. Because I immediately thought of things like the Delac Naxgul, the Psygeist and whatever. Again, we've got some creeps and freaks, and we've got a weird tentacle monster. We may be lacking a weird tentacle monster here, but we've got a little bit of long robe and mechanical nonsense going on, which is the kind of thing that really tickles my fancy. Plus, we do have something of the dude with a big head going on as well, which is also present for the Spiker. Now, I will say straight away, I have no idea what the time frame is for these different models, right? I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, well, they clearly ripped that off. I have no idea what the time frame is. Plus, it is entirely possible for multiple people to come up with similar ideas, because let's face it, it's not like I'm the only person who likes a creepy cloaked figure with too many arms. There's plenty of us around, and if you've got the skills and capabilities to create your own, well, why wouldn't you? The thing is, regardless of what came first, or whether there's inspiration shared or whatever, the fact is, I'm absolutely loving the look of these lads, and I need to print a few things off. And these are an excellent candidate for just testing the waters on something a little bit different, something a little bit out of left field, something that I've not really tackled before. They also strike me as something that would be very, very fun to paint, combining a few things that I'm very familiar with and very comfortable with, and stuff that I'm absolutely not comfortable with at all. Things like the robes, the cloaks, the cloth. Absolutely fine with that all day long. Don't have a problem with painting those. Perfectly happy to do so. In fact, one of my favourite things to paint a good cloak or a good robe. Likewise, the mechanical stuff. I like weathered metal. I really like weathered metal. Stuff that looks broken down. Stuff that looks ancient. Things that seem as though they're on the verge of failure. That's what I like when it comes to painting metallic things. And there's plenty of that going on here. And whilst these are done in a very clean and sleek fashion, I put it to you that these guys with a bit of rust, a little bit of decay, a bit of pitting, a bit of texture, that could look absolutely fantastic and shift them potentially more into the realm of something that's a bit more horror based than they currently are. Which is not to say that they don't already look absolutely horrific, because I mean they do. Look at them. They are really, really sinister in a very cool way. I love multiple eye lenses. I love that. It's one of my favourite things. When you see a dude that you know probably has two eyes, but they're wearing a helmet that's just got way too many things embedded in it. Like the three lads down the bottom here, don't get me wrong. The dude with the single big orb in the face looks great. The dude with the two eye holes looks fantastic. The guy that's got 6 in a grill-like fashion, 3 on either side, that, oh, that's the best one. That is the best one. I'm loving the guy with the big bulbous whatever that is, artificial brain. I'm not even that sure. I'm going to have to go and look up what the lore/rules are for this group. In fact, I've forgotten what they're called even. This is so fresh, it's so new. The Hive Mind Cadre? I'm just realising I don't know how to pronounce that. I really, really like how alien and menacing that, I'm assuming, leader is. It looks so good, so sinister, and overbalanced, unbalanced. All the weight is at the top. It looks like should not be able to support itself, not even using the arms to do so, just floating there, menacingly. It's great. As for the big chunky dude as well, with his little handler riding him around, I'm assuming that the little fella on top is the one doing all of the controlling, or is at the very least steering the big fella and forcing him to punch things in the face. We've got a nice long chain. I wonder if the chain expands out and that's reflected in the rules. That'd be very cool if that was the case. But we've got a nice long sort of flail maul thing going on there. That's kind of cool. I have no idea what is going on with the other arm. Is that, unless, net launcher potentially? Just fires a big old net at someone, keeps them trapped, and then they can be... I mean, judging by everything else on these guys experimented on in horrible and brutal fashions, that's just kind of what's bringing to mind. I mean, it's fair to assume that the floaty lads with the long arms, arm legs, the limbs, the arachnid-like limbs, those seem like the lads in charge. The big lad looks like he's used to subdue stuff, and frankly, the three down the bottom very much, very much, look as though they are the result of a little bit of experimentation. Just a wee bit of, chopping things off and replacing them and seeing what happens. I mean, it looks like what happens is they get turned into murderers. But if that's what they're aiming for, then I guess, well done them. Either way, it's kind of cool to see this stuff out in the wild. It's kind of cool to see the development of something that we talked about so long ago. Like, Warmachine being sold felt like quite a big deal for the game. And I wondered what direction they were going to take it, how things were going to change. I also really want to know what else they're doing with it, because I just haven't really thought about it until now. So, I mean, it looks like this is going to be the start of a dive into something I'm not very familiar with. And those are the best ones to do sometimes. Taking a little break, having a look at things that are a little bit different out of your comfort zone. Like, for instance, painting a bunch of skin, which I absolutely cannot stand doing. But, I mean, if I'm going to print them, I've got to paint them. And that means I'm going to have to learn, which... sometimes maybe that's just the push you need. Anyway, this isn't a sponsored thing. I just found this interesting. I really like the look of the models. I want to print them off, take a look at them, see what the quality is like, especially see about things like supports, how well those do. And yeah, if you want to take a look at this stuff as well, then I'll put a link to the MyMiniFactory page in the description just so you can take a look. And I will report back as to, well, what these look like in the flesh. In the resin, technically, but close enough. You know what I mean. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.